Jonah. So we talked about how Jonah was a prophet, and he was a person who literally would take messages from the Lord and give them to who God had called them to be for. So Jonah was called to go to a place called Nineveh with a bunch of wicked people, and Jonah was like, I'm good. So instead of doing what God had called him to do, he decided that he was going to flee the Lord's calling. He was going to try to run away from God, and he went in the opposite direction. Now, in the midst of him going in the opposite direction, a storm came on the boat that he was on, and he eventually threw himself into the water to try to sacrifice himself so then the people on the boat didn't die because of his sins, because he had turned away from God, because God had sent the storm. Well, in the midst of that happening, he ended up getting swallowed by a giant fish. And right now we're talking about what happens after he had prayed to God, and God had the fish literally throw him up. So after he had arrived on shore, the Lord told him to arise and go to Nineveh. So after all, even after his fleeing, God still had a plan for him to go to Nineveh. Jonah did it, and he went there, and while he was there, he told the people, he said that God was going to destroy Nineveh. Now, that's a pretty good, big thing to say. He said that he was going to overthrow Nineveh. So instead of him having this big message of God loves you, instead he told them that because God knew what the people of Nineveh needed to hear. He could have came in there saying, y'all are so wicked, y'all need to destroy everything you have. He could have honestly been beaten or killed because of him being there. But instead, God knew what he needed to say. So Jonah told them they were going to be overthrown. And instead of hurting him like they could have, instead the king decreed that everyone fast and try to pray. They put themselves in literally sacks to try to ask God, be like, listen, we're going to humble ourselves and see if you can please just spare our people, spare this place, and help us to go on the right path. So they changed from their evil ways. They turned themselves around entirely. And when the Lord saw what they had done, how they had changed so much, God decided not to overthrow them and to let them live their lives and hopefully change for good to be good people. And so if you want to know what happened next, you gotta go to the next video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching this far. The book of Jonah is definitely interesting.